Hey Earth signs, welcome to your weekly reading. So I've decided to do weekly readings, and I am dividing this up by elements. Okay, and if it has run across you, then it's meant for you, if it resonates. Okay, so all right, I went ahead and I'm going to start with Capricorn, and I pulled an overall message for you, a oracle message, and you got Mermaid's Love and Awakening. So the way that I am seeing this is that this seems to me that it's regarding a committed partnership, and actually that actually comes out down here too, in your love reading. And I definitely feel like they're obviously awakening. There's an awakening that's happening regarding this partnership, or if like you're not with this person, like there's just some realization of what happened, or like how you want to approach it, or just like maybe like seeing their point of view, or how you want to fix the situation, remedy the situation, and what steps you want to take moving forward. The Mermaid's Love is kind of like, that romantic love story, the thing that everybody wants. And I feel like you're really starting to see that this week. You're starting to see, what you're willing to do to hang on to what you have, or to go after what you want. Okay. So, and that actually ties in. So your overall message for the week, this is, you get the Two of Pentacles and you have the Five of Cups. And so I was like, all right, well, what's going on the other side of the Two of Pentacles? You have the Two of Cups. And so I feel like you're kind of at this place in your life where my friend Heidi over at Lit Up Vibes, she says, put some love on it, okay? Because you had the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And it's like you're trying to decide whether or not you are going to, stay in the grief and focus on the Three Cups of all the things that you've lost, and, all the ways that this situation didn't turn out the way that you were wanting or hoping that it would. Or if you're going to go ahead and turn around and look at, because the other Two Cups are behind him, you see? And it's like, you're deciding this week where are you going to put your focus? You know what I mean? Or are you going to focus on these Two Cups and start focusing on what you're grateful about, or what you love about this person, or what it's brought to your life? Okay. So that's where you're at, and I definitely see some development for you in regards to that, because you have the Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I do feel like you're gonna go with the healthiest choice for you. Okay. So regarding career, you have like some really cool energy. So you have the Seven of Pentacles. Bunch of cards came out. Seven of Pentacles with the Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Some of you could really be considering, but you see how this person's kind of like dreaming, really considering going back to a job that you had in the past, or you're really reviewing your decisions of how you got to the current position that you're at. And, you're like, well, it's brought me some success. I see the recognition that I've received, and that it's well deserved as a Capricorn. Obviously, Capricorns are the workhorses, right, of the zodiac. But it's well deserved. But at the same time, I feel like you're reflecting a little bit, because you're like, well, I don't really know if I don't know. I feel like you're dreaming at this point, because you're just trying to decide if you're ready to, take a step in a different direction with that Seven of Pentacles, is the way that I'm seeing it, okay? Because you have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the High Priestess. And the way that I saw this, I'm sorry, they're mowing. I hope it's not too loud. So the way that I saw this, or actually what came to me, was that your soul knows where it's time to go, okay? And so it's time for you to really listen to yourself. And then you have the Magician. And so I do feel like you are ready to move in that direction. And so this is the week that it's really time for you to listen to that. Pay attention to what you're reflecting on, and ask yourself if you're wanting to go back to something that you passed up in the past, or like a job position that you were offered, or if you're really happy where you're at. Okay. So your love situation, this is about a commitment, because you have the Hierophant. And like I said, you are ready to put in the effort. Or I feel like this could be both people, but you have the Temperance card and you have the Sun. It's like you're just wanting peace and harmony in this situation. It's like you're wanting things to just be balanced. You're ready to move on from the the turmoil and, you know, the strife with this 5 of Wands. Like, you're ready to move on from it and just leave it in the past, clean slate, okay? So what your subconscious wants you to know, the Chariot card and the Ace of Wands, and you have the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Your soul knows where it's time to go. You are being led. You're being divinely guided if that's your thing. You are being led, even if it's just by your own soul. You're being led to where you're supposed to go. And it's time to really pay attention, because whatever lights you up inside, you know, whatever brings you that joy, like whenever you talk about it and you're just, you know, you're just so bright, that's where you're supposed to be. You know, that's where you're supposed to focus your attention. And so these are the things that it's time to consider this week, okay? So next I'm gonna do Taurus. Okay, Taurus. So, all right, your overall message for the week, if I can get it. You got Queen Bee and embrace your growth. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so the way that I see it is that, you know, you don't get to be the queen bee without overcoming some stuff. You know, it's like you kind of have to, I don't know, you kind of have to like overcome a few hurdles in your life in order to get to this place where you're like, I'm good now. You know, I'm good. Excuse me. Okay. So your overall message for the week, you got the Moon card, the 4 of Wands, and the Death card. The way that I see this is that you had a situation that really transformed you, okay? Because you also have the Queen of Swords. And I definitely feel like, you know, this situation hardened your heart. But like what I feel like is, I also feel like with that Queen of Swords, it's like you're really starting to see a lot of truth about the situation. And it's like it's helping you further transform yourself, which is really amazing, right? I do feel like you've been called to do some shadow work. I do feel like some illusions on the situation as a whole are becoming more clear to you. And I definitely feel like it's opening up the doorway for you to, you know, have a more stable and grounded future ahead of you that doesn't require so much turbulence. Okay, so for your career, you have the Fool card, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the 8 of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card, and you have the 8 of Wands. Okay, girl, like, this is amazing. So, I mean, first of all, you're showing up as yourself, and second of all, like, you're ready to do the work, you're ready to put in the effort. I do feel like with this Temperance card, you are being divinely guided. You could also have a Sagittarius or 2 in your life that have really been cheering you on. I know I do. So, anyway, and I feel like you're moving in a new direction. Things are going to start happening really quickly for you. You had the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Like, things are really going to start moving very quickly for you. And I do feel like you're going to feel more liberated and free. I do feel like it also has to do with the fact that it's like you confronted the things that you needed to confront so that you could transform, and then you've embraced your growth. And now at the bottom of the deck, it said the tide has come, act now. And so it's like now you're ready for action. You know, it's like you're popping off, you're ready to go. You know, you have all this Wands energy, right? So, okay, and it's so interesting because you have the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is just like, it's so funny because Queen of Wands comes out for me like all the time. So, okay, for your love message, you have the High Priestess, the 2 of Cups, the Fool again, and the 10 of Pentacles. And so the way that I saw this is that, like, I feel like number one, I feel like you know that a connection is coming towards you, but like, I feel like it's like you're totally different, you know, with this energy, this Queen of Wands and the High Priestess. And I gotta tell you, like, these two cards, these two cards are amazing. So, I feel like you know that it's coming towards you, but like you know that it's going to be different than anything you've ever had. And that's what's so amazing. And I feel like you know that it's because you've done the work. You know what I mean? Like you allowed yourself to transform. You did the shadow work. You grew. You're in this queen bee High Priestess, Queen of Wands energy. You know what I mean? It's like you did what you needed to do. And yeah, at times when you're going through that process, it can be really tough. Well, especially when you're sitting back and you're like watching everybody else just jump from like coping mechanism to coping mechanism. And like, you're like, you know, I'm going to sit in it. I'm going to sit in my feelings and I'm just going to process it and just work through it, right? And not avoid it. It can be very difficult, but like, you know that the rewards pay off in the end, and they are paying off for you, and like, you can feel it coming. But the thing is that you're going to feel so liberated, just like with your career, you know. And it's like you had to go through the muck first, and now it's like you're being set free. Okay, so your subconscious wants you to know, Hierophant, I feel like this whole situation has like really kind of helped you reevaluate your value system, like, you know, what works for you, like what you're even looking for, like what aligns with you, you know, that kind of thing. But it's also kind of helped you like come back into a more, I wouldn't say necessarily a traditional approach, although that might be true for some of you. But like, you know, for some of you, it's just like, you know, a more structured approach. You know, you're like, okay, now I know what I need to do. You know, maybe you have like a certain list or, you know, something like that you kind of, you know, when you go into dating or you are, you know, you're going into a new job, like you have things that you're checking off this time so that you know for sure that you're stepping into something that really aligns with you, because you have the 10 of Pentacles on the mind. Like you're not just like blindly going in. You're going in with the full energy, but you're also going in with the 10 of Pentacles energy. It's like you found that balance, you know, with that Temperance energy, which is really cool. And now you also have the 10 of Swords in reverse. It's like you're on the other side of all that pain. You're on the other side of all that you know, the stuff that you had to go through in order to get to a point where you know what your value system is. And so now it's like, I feel like your heart is open. You know, your heart is finally open to receive all of these things that, you know, maybe may not have been open for you in the past because you had to deal with some of the stuff that you needed to deal with, you know? So that's what I have for Taurus, and I'm going to do Virgo next. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and get started on your reading. So your oracle message, you have two. So you have Home in the Sky and New Directions. So, look, I feel like you know where your wishes are taking you. It's like, I feel like you have a lot of this kind of energy. You know, Home in the Sky, it's, you know, I feel like you had that vagabond energy, right? In one of the readings I did. It's like your spirit is pulling you somewhere, okay? It's like you're in search for something, okay? Your soul is in search for something. It's going to be different for everybody, but I feel like your wishes are guiding you to where they are. You know, like those nights that you're standing outside and you're looking at the stars and you make a wish, which who doesn't do that? Because I know I do. You know, even as an adult, I feel like you're being pulled in that direction, and you may not fully realize it, but you are, okay? So call on Archangel Jophiel. The Archangel of Beautiful Thoughts can help you think in enlightening ways. And I feel like you need this because when you're being pulled in new directions, sometimes that means you're being pulled away from things that aren't necessarily aligning with you or working for you, okay? So this is kind of that message to, you know, call on somebody, a spiritual being that can assist you through this process because you're not alone, all right? So your overall message for the week is the Wheel of Fortune, the Star card in reverse. See what I'm saying? And the Six of Swords. So it's like the Star card in reverse is like, you know, it could be something that you thought that you wanted turns out to be something that you really don't want, or that it didn't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be, or there's a blockage. The Six of Swords can be about moving on. The Wheel of Fortune can be about change. And even though like at the time, sometimes it feels like, you know what? You know, but like it's for your benefit. And even the Tower moment is for your benefit. But I feel like you're coming out with this Queen of Wands. And so it becomes a very empowering situation for you, you know, and like you really kind of like step in to how strong and capable you are of getting through this situation and pressing on. And I feel like, you know, with this Queen of Wands, that you are attracting the star turned around. You know, you're attracting something that doesn't have blockages, you know, because look, like I said, you're being guided. You know, you're making these wishes and the universe is guiding you there, or they're coming to you. Okay, they're coming to you. Okay, so your career message, you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the Moon card, the 4 of Cups, and the Strength card. So I want to go ahead and tell you, number one, I feel like some of you could be receiving some money right now, could be an inheritance. Gotta say that, because that's definitely something with the 10 of Pentacles. Additionally though, or some kind of assistance, but I don't see it as assistance really, but it could be that, okay? And it's something that you're not really expecting, but for the most part, what I'm seeing here is that, you know, if you've got the 10 of Pentacles on your mind right now, you know, and like you've got this goal, you know, you have an end game in mind, I feel like there's, under the surface, you have kind of a fear of rejection even. So it's like it's almost as if you're afraid of stepping out, like stepping into the light and allowing yourself to really go after it, because you're kind of needing to overcome some things. I do feel like it's just like a perspective shift for you, because I feel like you don't even, it's like you're not even really seeing that, you know, you're a lion or a lioness under the surface, and like you have so much strength and so much courage that you still haven't fully tapped into yet. And it's like, this is a message for you to really allow yourself to do that, so that you can step out into the light and shine, okay? Because you have the energy here to go after that 10 of Pentacles. You just need to overcome your fears, okay? So love. You have the 3 of Wands, and you have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. I'm like, okay, so you're waiting. Okay, you could be waiting, first of all, on somebody to kind of come forth that like has been taking a while with this Knight of Pentacles. Definitely want to say that. But I mean, I feel like mostly what I'm seeing is that you've been kind of sitting back waiting for the right moment to express that you have this desire for somebody, or you have these feelings for somebody. I feel like you really, what I'm feeling is that like there's all of this energy towards a situation, but like your back has been turned away from it because you've been focused on waiting on them to be the one to step forward, and rather than it being you to do it, okay? And if you don't have a specific person in mind, I feel like it's a matter of you needing to turn this Knight of Pentacles around, and you just needing to put yourself out there so you can go after this, because this is what's in your energy field, and you are wanting this, okay? You are wanting this passion and this, you know, you're wanting it all. You want to have a, you know, a really soulful connection and this passion with somebody. You know, you want the whole package, right? And you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress too. And I feel like your soul is planting these seeds. Your soul is trying to manifest this into your environment. And so it's like you're either needing to stop waiting on it and to go after it, or, you know, yeah, just do that, okay? So your subconscious wants you to know, I need to wrap this up, that you got the Hanged Man, so, or the Hanged Woman. You know, I feel like you're needing to shift your perspective with your career and with love, you know. I feel like this is a matter of taking action. You have the 5 of Wands here. I feel like it's almost like you're afraid of somebody not, like, you're afraid of fighting for what you want, or you're afraid of speaking your truth, and you know that, and so it's like you're denying your own destiny as a result of that. And so it's time for you to come down off this tree and start taking action. That's what I'm saying for you. Okay, so that was Earth signs, and yeah, all right, bye friends.